What is up, my friends? So, The Boys Season 2, Episode 5, it's here, and the Supes are making a movie. Yes, the Supes are making a movie, Dawn of the Seven, Dawn of Justice, I don't know. But pretty much, Homelander is continuing to torture Meeb. But before we get into anything from the episode, I want to go ahead and ask you to go ahead and like this video right now. Give this video, make sure you subscribe, and let's just get right into it. So pretty much we see Homelander still torturing Meeb because my boy Homelander is not going to let this slide that Meeb was hiding from him, that she was actually bi. And you know, Homelander's a piece of shit, so you know he's going to be torturing me for this. And he has her coming out and all of this in the movie and just pretty much ridiculing her, really. We see Billy go back home as well, and the boys have to go and get him. But also Black Noir is like, Billy, my friend, you're not going to get away from me. Kimiko turns into a hitman. Frenchie's trying to save her throughout the episode, and Kimiko gives us one of the goriest things we've seen so far, and that's just a man's face getting ripped off. So there's that. Kimiko is like that she doesn't need Frenchie and all of this, and it seems like the two pretty much split, and it ends like that. By the way, the old man in that church scene just had me cracking up for some reason. Stormfront is aware that Starlight has leaked Compound B and she's sort of blackmailing her, but Starlight is like, well, I know you're Lady Liberty, so watch it. So both of them are like eggshells with each other, and I thought that was a pretty interesting dynamic being built there. We see Black Noir ultimately go up against the boys, and just when it seems that Huey's about to get lights knocked out, Butcher threatens to expose Homelander's secret of raping his wife. Edgar is listening into this, and he calls up Black Noir, and I found Black Noir's ringtone hilarious. And he's pretty much telling Billy like, hey, watch it now. We can come to an agreement of sorts where I'm gonna tell Black Noir to not fucking kill you, but you gotta shut your mouth. And they come to that agreement, so my boys, they're good. Homelander ends up being exposed throughout the episode of killing innocent lives. He's seen as a war criminal now, and he ends up going to a protest that's being led by an AOC type character, and they're pretty much like, you are a piece of shit and we hate you. And then he fucking blasts them all with his lasers. At least that's what he wants to do. And I was like, at first I was like, my boy actually went full psycho now. By the way, the actor for Homelander is a fucking great actor. He goes full psycho quick, and those faces he does, fucking scary. We end up seeing Stormfront help Homelander regain his image, however, after all of this through memes. And it's kind of funny how they poke fun of how we see all these memes for like shitty things that we hear about on the news and all of this, and they try to spin it in some way where it's comical and light. And I like the way that Stormfront said, if you see it on your uncle's Facebook page, it's working, because yes, most of our family members who are older and all of that are the ones who spread fake news through these social media memes and all of that. So there's that. We see A-Train give his farewell as well, and they made him do it through the movie. Of course, he wasn't happy with it, but he was forced to do so. Stormfront was a little racist as well. We saw that starting to creep up, and if you don't know why she's the way she is, go check out my video where I talk more about her origins and all of that. I'll be making a follow-up where I'll explain a little bit more. Now we see me follow up with the Deep before the end of the episode, and she proposes, you help me and I'll help you. And pretty much we're knowing that he's trying to make some type of plan in order to take Homelander down. And I mean, he's going to be a tough one, because you know Homelander is ridiculously strong. So she's going to have to gather as many people as she can, and I'll get more into that in the end of this video. So during the whole Butcher, Black Noir, Huey, and MM deal going on, we find out that Butcher had a brother who his aunt says reminds her of Huey. Well, Huey reminds her of the brother. That makes more sense. And pretty much now we know that Huey is like, this is why Billy is so, like, in the beginning of the seasons and all of that, close to Huey and stuff, because he pretty much feels a bond towards him. I would say a brotherly type of thing, and that's something we weren't aware of till now. So in the end of the episode, we see Homelander and Stormfront have some pretty kinky, destructive, like whatever you want to call what the fuck they were doing, right? It just was like, oh Okay, y'all two definitely hit it off, didn't y'all? So, that was the end of the episode. A very jam-packed episode with a lot of things coming out. And so pretty much now we're going to be wondering, how is this all going to work out, right? I think we're starting to see the factions break out, where we're going to see Homelander and Stormfront, and most likely Black Noir, because he seems to be just a mindless minion, teaming up in some sort of a way against everybody else, because Meave is like pretty much done with Homelander. Starlight is done with Homelander for sure, and Stormfront now. And then you got the rest of the boys that are still out to get Homelander for everything he's done. And I mean, we saw Homelander laser Stormfront's chest, and she was pretty much good. So it's gonna be crazy, and like I don't even have a clue how they can take on these heroes, the rest of the gang, and how they're even gonna come up on top with all of this, right? Because these two characters are insanely strong. Another question we have, of course, is who is Black Noir really? As I've made a video before in the past on Black Noir, I will make a new one this week on whose identity it could be, because I don't think they're going in the comic book route, and I'll talk more about that route in my video, so make sure you subscribe to know when that comes, and turn on the bell for notifications. And my last question is, what happened to Billy's brother? I don't think it was a soup thing that happened to him. Like, I don't think the soups were responsible for that, because I think he would bring it up if they were. Now, I have a theory, which I will talk about in another video I will make next week. And I think it's going to be a little bit more of the way they're going to do things, because it would be a huge twist. And I'll talk more about that in the next video I'll make. So make sure you subscribe for that one as well. But pretty good episode so far this season. I think it's my favorite one. There was so much going on, and it was just such a high pace and just twists and turns. That scene where Homelander was talking to the protesters, and then what he imagined in his head, that honestly, I was like jaw dropped when I saw him laser everybody. I was like, did he really do that? So that was very good, the way they provided for that scene. But anyways, what are your thoughts on what's going to happen next? As I said, I think the next couple of episodes we're going to start seeing this faction form between, I think Meave is going to end up having to work with the boys in some shape, way, or form. A-Train, of course, is dissatisfied with everything, so I wouldn't put it past him that he is going to end up flipping sides and helping Starlight and all of them try to take down Homelander. But of course, now you have to take in Stormfront into that mix, because she's pretty buddy with him, and I mean, more than buddies, as you know from that last scene. So it's going to be a pretty insane ride the next couple of episodes we have left, and I'm excited to see it all pan out. Let me know your thoughts below. But anyways, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Give this video a thumbs up. Turn on the bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter at NerdRound. NerdRound.com is my website. Anchor below as well for podcast. And I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe. Stay positive. Hey, if you're still listening, check out the video on the left. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on the bell for notifications. I'll see you next time. Stay positive.